It's Thursday on XYZ with Erik Zachary, which means we're not only throwing it back, we are
running it back.
That's right. XYZ Throwback, where we go head-to-head, trying to figure out what year these three songs came out. We're also going over your Run It Back record.
Yes.
This week is See, I can't bring myself to say Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys, The Call.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say more
Oh,
there. Okay.
I didn't know if you were going to say more there. Yeah, there's some funny stuff that happens with the production in that song. So.
Kim Kardashian has completed her law degree.
Woo!
Thank God.
Yes, we
so
made
happy
it.
that we're here. The history behind KenTacoHuts and why they're no longer a thing. Pennies are getting discontinued, and Harrison Ford is apparently Miley Cyrus's confidant.
I don't know that he helped her out, though,
I'm
in
always
my opinion.
Team Indiana Jones. XYZ with Erik Zachary starts now. No more pennies. After years of the debate of whether pennies are still essential to the economy, since they cost more to produce than their actual value, the government is now saying they're going to be discontinued.
I don't know. I don't use pennies too often, but I feel like we should have them. I know a wishing well and a water feature at the mall is upset. But
what mall, Jordan?
What malls?
Oh, yeah, malls are gone too.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well, then, yeah. Okay.
I don't know how many wishing wells you're walking up to in 2025.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever forest you live in with Hansel and Gretel.
Enchanted, like,
no more pennies, though. I mean, they're still going to be around. Like, it's going to take years for them to disappear all entirely.
Well, here's something I found interesting. There's a penny that went for like millions of dollars. They found one from like 1943.
Yeah.
Pretty good condition. So they accrue value over time.
Well,
Think about it.
Hang on to your pennies.
Yeah.
XYZ with Erik Zachary. It's your XYZ ENT Entertainment Report, all brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people, here with the latest on Taylor Swift and her Masters. Yeah, we're entering that new cycle all over again.
Yeah.
Tamara Dia. What's up, Tam?
Hey, okay, yeah. So this is kind of a crazy plot twist that I don't think any Swiftie really saw coming. But Taylor Swift might finally get the chance to buy back her original masters. And that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part is the person that's encouraging the deal. It's Scooter freaking Braun.
Oh, wow. At public enemy number one for Taylor.
Yeah, exactly. So just for people, a little quick recap. Scooter originally bought the rights to her first 6 albums in 2019 and essentially kind of lit the match on one of the biggest feuds in music and forced Taylor to launch her entire Taylor's version era. So this is the beginning of it all, right? And so now the private equity firm called Shamrock Capital that he sold the masters to are looking to sell, and Scooter is encouraging them to sell it back to Taylor.
It's an interesting plot twist, right? So this all started with Big Machine Record Group, which was her label, and they sold the masters to Scooter without really optioning them to her, even though she had the money for it.
Yeah.
Right? And then he sold them to Shamrock. But now, obviously, they lost value because she built an entire quote-unquote era off of re-recording her music, right?
Well, don't they want to sell it for anywhere from $600 million to $1 billion?
Yeah, so they actually doubled in value. So he bought the masters for $300 million, and now Shamrock is looking to sell them from anywhere between $600 million and $1 billion.
But if I'm Taylor, why do I even want them back at that point? I've already made basically a whole secondary career. I'm being a little facetious here, but out of re-recording and doing the Taylor's version. That's a new brand for her.
Well, the thing is that Taylor would then own both the originals and the Taylor versions, which would give her full and total control of her catalog.
That's right. Yeah.
And it could potentially double her earnings on streaming and licensing. So that would be the benefit.
I was just thinking she doesn't have enough money. All right. We'll see how it plays out. Now it's going to be, did you stream Taylor's version and the OG version and the remix version?
Too many versions.
Yeah. All right. It's XYZ with Erik Zachary, Erik's version, all brought to you. The ENT, all brought to you. I'm flustered. The Entertainment Report with Tamara Diaz, all brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. If you're Miley Cyrus and you're putting a tour together, obviously you call on confidants to help you guide the artistic vision. And for Miley Cyrus, apparently that's Harrison Ford.
In a new interview, she said that, along with her Something Beautiful album that's about to drop, she wanted to do a tour called Somewhere Beautiful, where it'd be intimate sets in like a forest or by the pyramids and just have very picturesque landscapes behind her, to which Harrison Ford was like, You're going to bring a crew to those places?
Yeah,
Sounds like a lot of work.
Don't do that.
She went back to her team immediately and was like, we're not going to do the tour anymore. I'm just going to put out the film that she's releasing soon, which I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. You've got Harrison Ford in your corner. You did ask an old man if you wanted to do something.
Who's notoriously not a musician.
Exactly. I think she burned a great idea.
I don't know. I'll take guidance from Indiana Jones.
Fair.
XYZ Throwback, all brought to you by Straight Talk from Verizon. What year did these 3 songs come out? Jordan and I playing for you at home, but ultimately it's your decision. We figure out what year all 3 of these songs were released. First person to lock in the correct year wins.
Yes.
Here we go. Song number 1.
All we need is somebody to lean on.
Oh, Major Lazer.
Yes.
2016.
2015. Oh, you're locking in 2016?
Yeah.
I was going to lock in 2015, but I'll wait.
I'm locking it in.
You're locking in 2016?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's either 2015 or 2016. Here we go. Song number 2.
Baby, won't you come my way? Got something I
Fetty
want
Wap?
to say.
With Drake?
No.
The original. Okay.
I'm still pretty confident. I'm going to say 2015, but I have no reason to lock in. I'll just keep waiting.
Okay.
I don't know why it would be any earlier. It's either
Sure.
2015 or 2016.
What do you mean?
Jack U?
Yeah, I still think this is 2015.
Okay.
In fact, I'm almost confident. So, yeah, I'll lock in 2015. All
Go
right.
for it. Yeah.
Jordan's in at 2016, which it might be. If it's
It's one of the two.
yeah, it's going to be like that borderline.
Yeah.
I'm locking in 2015.
What
Yeah.
if you're both wrong?
That's also possible.
The only it's not 2017.
It's
There's
not
no way.
2017.
It could maybe be the end of 2014. I'm just remembering my youth wrong.
that would be
but
crazy if it was
No,
2014.
I'm sticking with 2015.
I'm sticking
Trace?
2016.
You are not remembering youth wrong. 2015.
Yeah.
Good job, Eric.
Okay. That made me feel good. Just for the record, too. It's not like I picked 2015 because he picked 2016. We both yelled those respective
you
years.
said it right away. Yeah.
So what's the current standing, Trace? You've been keeping track of this?
Yes, Eric, you have 6 wins.
Okay.
Jordan has 4.
Oh.
I've stumped you guys 3 times.
Okay.
And Tamara has 1.
Well, we only let her play one time.
Yeah, she's one,
She plays
one for
once
one.
and she
she's
wins,
one of
so
one.
we don't let her play again.
Yeah. Kicked her off.
Then we'll get her on the next one. Okay, so 6 is more than 4,
6
right?
is more than
That
4,
is
yes.
correct,
Right,
but
right.
it's not like 0 or 1 anymore.
I think we
so-
need to introduce a wager for the end of the year. But
Okay.
we'll talk about we'll think
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
If you have any ideas, XYZ content on Instagram, XYZ Throwback. It's all brought to you by Straight Talk from Verizon. Kermit the Frog is going to deliver the University of Maryland's 2025 commencement speech. This is extra funny to me because my ex went there.
No way. Oh, man.
Nice. Well, there is a little bit of context. Jim Henson graduated from Maryland in 1960. They do have like a statue with him and Kermit, like commemorating his
I
time
was going
there.
to say, just they
So-
churn out Muppets of people.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's not totally random.
so obviously they connect with Kermit
Yeah,
more than
yes.
anyone of value.
Oh my God.
I'm not bitter.
The hate you're sending. There's one person that went there.
I would be so mad though if like everyone else is getting like John Mulaney and Selena Gomez,
exactly, Carmelo
and then you
Anthony.
get a puppet.
Yeah. This is okay. So in the like bio that they gave him,
Yeah.
they described him as an environmental advocate, a best-selling author, an international superstar.
He's
and
a green
champion
puppet with a
of
hand up his
creativity,
butt.
kindness, and believing in the impossible. That's crazy that you
I'm
diminished
just
into that.
calling it as I see it, man.
That's,
Where do you think the other hand is?
don't they have him on sticks? They don't even put
For
their
his
hand-
hands?
Yeah, but
how do you think his mouth moves?
Oh, they do got a hand.
Yeah.
Damn. And you getting a commencement speech from a guy who...
Yeah.
It's XYZ with Erik Zachary. Your Run It Back record on XYZ with Erik Zachary. It's all brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The history behind songs that you already know or at least familiar with from the past, like Backstreet Boys, The Call.
I'm sorry. Just wanna tell you, don't worry. I will be late. Don't stay up.
Admittedly, I'm not as familiar with this. I was an NSYNC kid. But
Sure, that's
is this
totally
off
fair.
Millennium? Or?
No, this is off Black and Blue.
Oh, so it was before Millennium.
It was before Millennium, at a renaissance of music videos, because even though this on the album follows the song Shape of My Heart, or it's before Shape of My Heart, it was the second single after that song.
Got it. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Talking about cheating in this one as well.
as well.
Let me tell you the story about the call that changed my destiny. Me and my boys went out just to...
So unnecessarily dramatic.
Oh, it's the most dramatic Backstreet Boys song ever. I love it to this day, but funny story that a lot of people don't know, Max Martin, super producer back then,
Yeah, still
did this.
super producer.
Yeah, still super producer, but he farted and that made it onto the beat. I'm not kidding.
What?
Listen, baby, I'm sorry. Just wanna tell you, don't worry. I will be late. Don't
He's just
So
in
they're-
here in the studio having flatulence.
They're in the studio doing vocal layering. Howie's in the booth. Max is like, give me some dun-dun-duns.
We're going to a place nearby. Gotta go.
And on the third dun, he not only farted on beat, he farted on key. So it was like dun-dun.
I
And
hate this.
they kept
So
it.
dumb.
They kept it in. Max tuned the fart to make it sound like one of the bass effects, and that's just a little secret about the production on the call.
Backstreet Boys, The Call. It sounds like a ripoff to Makes Me Ill and Sync. Remember this track?
Yeah, did Max Martin do this as well?
Probably, yeah. Also, this probably came out after Backstreet, but just forever, Team NSYNC on this side of the.
That's fair.
You know, I just got to make sure that part is known. Here you go. Backstreet Boys, The Call. More about nothing on XYZ with Erik Zachary. It's all brought to you by Optima Tax Relief. Let's talk about KenTacoHut.
Yes.
Basically a thing of the past. The combination Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I said that backwards, but
Yeah.
And if you're going, wait, no, I still got one. No, you don't. Look again. What may have been a KenTacoHut with all three,
Yeah.
at best is just two of the
Two out
restaurants.
of the three.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
But they were originally started in the 70s by PepsiCo because PepsiCo couldn't keep up with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola was blowing them out, so they started buying up the KenTacoHuts or the individual Pizza Hut.
Well, Pepsi owned those brands at the time.
Yeah, but
now
I
it's
mean,
Yum
that's how
Incorporated, but-
Yum came together.
Sure.
Is they made Yum brands, and then in 1997, I believe Yum became their own thing and split off.
Yeah.
But they were like, hey, how do we get our Pepsi products to more people faster? And it was, okay, we'll put them in all of our subsidiary fast food chains.
in a location where you're going to catch more people because
Exactly,
you're not
because-
just getting Taco Bell fans, you're not just getting KFC fans.
Right,
Pizza
right.
Hut
You're
fans.
getting all three, but
Right.
they were like, at first it was just the individual places, and they were like, well, wait, we can do all three foods
combine them.
under one roof
Right.
and get our Pepsi products out there. So it was like killing four birds with one
Who
stone.
doesn't love a pizza tasting like refried beans?
Yeah.
Well, the Mexican pizza is probably where they came up with that. But I don't know that to be true. By
not
the way,
true.
I'm just spitballing.
The more interesting fact, though, is that these don't exist.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Can I
There's
guess?
nowhere-
Can I remember correctly? There's one left, right?
There is only one.
Isn't it
all three left?
Puerto Rico?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even know the answer to
I don't-
this.
I haven't
It is
watched
Puerto
it.
Rico.
Yeah,
I
I'm
saw a
pretty
YouTube
confident.
video on this. Yeah, they virtually all of them have either become just a single like Taco Bell or
Yeah.
KFC,
They've dissolved.
or they're two of the three.
Taco Hut.
Yeah. And then for anyone, I mean, I actually challenged this. I went and looked and it's like, no, this guy did this whole deep dive. I think the closest thing you can find are like maybe some food courts where all three exist, but it's
yeah,
not. They don't share the same kitchen. It's not the same thing.
Nope.
There's only one left, and I'm pretty sure it's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
All right. More about nothing. KenTacoHut, a thing of the past.
Yes.
So sad.
Artifact.
So sad. It's XYZ with Erik Zachary. Remember that song? I'm at the KenTacoHut.
I'm at the combination Taco Bell Pizza Hut.
Oh, that missed the KFC part of it.
Yeah. I skipped part of the song. You get it.
Do verse 2.
I don't remember it.
XYZ with Erik Zachary. More about nothing. All brought to you by Optima Tax Relief. A man is suing Whataburger for $1 million after asking for no onions and then getting onions.
These are one of those scary situations where I'm like, they're probably gonna win. Like, remember when that dude spilled the coffee on his lap and
It was
got
a lady, but yeah.
a lady. Sorry,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Because it was hot.
Yeah.
She got like real burns. That whole story got real like marketed the wrong way.
Right.
Because like they were like, oh, it's hot coffee. But I mean, she like actually like had
She hurt
severe-
herself.
Yeah, real injuries. Was he allergic to onions? Is that what it is?
He's claiming that he's faced like personal damages and injuries, claiming it was unsafe to eat. It's in the this is
It has
ongoing
to be
right
an
now.
allergy thing then.
Yeah. He's saying he's suffered personal injuries.
Yeah.
So if he has allergies, I feel bad for him. I
do
just feel
too.
like
my whole thing is just like people that have severe enough food allergies that this could be life-threatening. There's just certain places you
Just
can't
don't go.
eat. I'm
Just don't
sorry.
go.
And I know that's probably not the politically correct way to go with it. But at the end of the day, like, if it's that severe, don't put
Don't
yourself
risk
in
it
danger.
for the biscuit, dog.
He also sued Sonic last year. For
Okay,
the
so
same
it is a
thing.
money play. It's
so
a money
bitch,
play.
yeah. All right.
That's what I figured.
XYZ with Erik Zachary from the T-Mobile studios for a great deal on an iPhone 16 Pro. Head to T-Mobile.com. Have you ever shot your shot on social media? And I don't even mean from a romantic standpoint, but like trying to get into an event or work with a brand or get a product or, in our case, get an interview, talk to a celebrity, whatever it may be, right? Because I shot my shot yesterday,
Oh,
Okay.
and it worked.
Oh.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, I want to know first, have you ever shot your shot?
Yeah.
Camera?
Yeah, I mean, I've shot many shots and gotten denied.
Has anything ever worked where it's like maybe it was an event or an interview or something you were going for and
Yeah, probably. I've definitely shot my shot with brands. So working on a lot of brand campaigns, I could reach out through social and be like, hey, like I think we'd be good to partner with. And then that ends up with a check in my pocket.
that's
There you go.
all right. Teach me.
best case
Teach
scenario.
me how, yeah.
You said check. Magic word.
Jordan, have you?
Yeah, in college one time, I told a girl I was Kid Cudi, and she was like, oh my God, no way, prove it. And I was like, day and night. And
Oh my God.
I got her number.
You got the number?
Yeah.
Noah Cyrus shot her shot with Jordan.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm airing that out.
Yeah.
I think it's been long enough now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it
Miley
work?
Cyrus's sister, she was doing interview runs at the radio station we were working for at the time.
I did an
and-
interview with her, and then she asked my boss for my number, and I was like,
Amazing.
oh, okay.
Oh,
So,
personal.
you know, things happen.
Trace,
With brands, yeah, I use a lot of like hair product stuff and like
has it worked?
small mom and pop shop, like
Oh,
not
nice.
big brands,
Oh,
but
nice.
like, hey, I use your stuff, I love it. And they're like, cool. Here's a care package, and they send me like a bunch of their other stuff. So it's worked
Yeah.
a handful of times, but
Nice.
more times than not, if I reach out, it's either no response or
Yeah.
you know.
All right,
Well,
big news, Eric. What is it?
I shot my shot for an interview for the show, right? Someone's coming to town, and I was like, wow, this is someone I've wanted to interview and just talk to for a very long time.
George Clooney's going to be here?
I'll reveal it in just a few. So if you've ever shot your shot, social media or just locally or maybe with like a mom and pop shop or whatever, how have you shot your shot and it's paid off?
Okay.
Maybe it was for a free drink, flirt with a bartender.
Sure.
I want to know. XYZ content on Instagram, and then I will reveal who will be joining us for an interview in studio next week here
Okay.
on XYZ with Erik Zachary. Italy is now allowing large dogs to fly next to their owners on airplanes. And as the owner of a large dog, I'm conflicted, right? If it's a leisure trip, I'm all about this. But if I'm trying to do business and I'm already trying to, Jordan's looking at me sideways already. He's so not. But if I'm trying to like
No.
work on my laptop and I'm trying to balance the Coke and hope the guy in front of me doesn't recline and knock it all over, I don't want a Bernie's Mountain Doodle next to me going,
There's no ideal situation where this is a good thing. This
Yeah.
would activate me.
Wait,
You'd have
why?
a bigger problem on
cheese
the plane.
activates you, Jordan. So I don't want to hear
Yes.
that.
Okay, so what? I'm delicate.
Do they
Let me
have? Are they
flex.
just allowed on the seat?
No,
next to it?
no. They have to be in a carrier. The carrier can just be on the seat.
That's
so
a
before it
big
was like,
carrier.
Well, yeah. So think
Huge
about it.
carrier.
It's basically a divide between you and the next person.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a
Basically have
beast
your
in
own-
that thing.
Right. They can't get out. What are you, a beast?
It's not,
What do you mean a
it's not
beast?
the Sandlot.
I don't want to.
Jordan.
I don't want to sit next to any of these creatures.
I will take a
on
dog
plane.
next to me than a baby any day of the week.
It depends. If it's barking the whole time.
Yeah.
It can't be barking the whole time.
How do you know?
What do you,
You
mean?
know
Your
all
dog-
dogs?
Your dogs
You know
bark
every
all the
dog,
time.
Trace?
yeah, no, not on a flight.
Okay. Yes. No. Exactly. Don't have them on a flight.
You're not bringing a dog on a flight if it's going to misbehave.
All right.
So yeah, now you know every dog owner.
We'll be back to Jerry Springer after these
Okay.
messages. Have you ever shot your shot with someone in person or on social media, whether it was for romantic relations or just like your own benefit? Like you wanted a
Right,
free
right.
drink, you wanted to get into a nightclub, you wanted to get a free something or other.
Yeah.
Or in our case, I wanted an interview. I wanted to talk to a celebrity and get them to come to our studio.
Okay.
And has it worked? XYZ content on Instagram, let me know. I did this. I mean, there's been a couple times. I'm sure Tamara, you can relate. Jordan, you can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Trace.
sure.
We've seen certain artists come to town. You're like, oh man, I would love to talk to that person. Sometimes it works. Usually it doesn't.
Sure.
Because even if they respond, you have to go through their managers
Right,
and labels,
right.
and then they'll
Very
shut it down.
bureaucratic.
Yeah. So I found out this person was coming to town.
Guy Fieri.
It's not Guy
Are we going
Fieri.
to Flavor Town?
We're not.
Ooh,
We're
good
not going to
guess.
Flavor Town.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can we
I-
guess? Can we all guess?
Yeah, but
Tamara,
I
guess.
will say
Joe.
Joe?
DJO?
The artist?
Yeah.
Joe Keery.
Yeah,
I
the
was.
artist.
Can I give a clue before you guys?
Oh,
I was
I was
doing
gonna
a
say
clue.
Jordan was on the right path. That it is not someone who's a musician inherently by trade.
Okay.
I don't know if they play music or not, so I don't want to. I don't want to say
Okay,
but they're not famous for playing music.
Are
They're-
they Chicago native?
They are a Chicago native, but they don't live.
John
in Chicago.
Mulaney.
No, that would be cool.
Whoa.
Barack Obama.
That's my first guess.
Did you say Barack
Barack
Obama?
Obama would be cool.
Yeah.
John
Also would be
Mulaney
cool.
and Barack Obama would be very cool.
I would say very on par with John Mulaney. Not a comedian. Well, no, literally a comedian. But final guesses. I would say they're better known, even though they're a very funny comedian. They're better known for their acting.
Better known for their acting.
Yeah. 3, 2.
Chicago native, I don't know.
I have no
I'm
idea.
blanking on
If I
everything.
say the clue, Lloyd,
Really?
Jeremy Piven,
No way.
Ari Gold from Entourage.
Yes, that's a good one.
Wow.
Jeremy Piven.
That's so baller.
I saw that he is filming a comedy special in Chicago, and I just
What?
DM'd him out of nowhere. I've never talked to him, don't know anyone. He responded right away.
No
he was like,
way.
"Hey
I
man,
love
like I just checked
that.
out your page. I'd love to like do an interview." And I was like, "Amazing! Can you come by the city?" He's like, "I'm in town next week. Let's make it happen."
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
That's sick.
Sweet.
So I am very excited about this, and he followed me back on Instagram. What's up? Yeah, I'm.
Eric, please ask him about an Entourage reboot.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
I kind of have to. I did for what it's worth. He's an incredible stand-up. I saw him do stand-up with my mom last year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You did.
But yeah, he's coming back to town, and this time he's going to make a little pit stop at XYZ.
Let's
Sweet.
get it.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Anyway, have you ever shot your shot and it's worked? XYZ content on Instagram. Let us know, and then listen for Jeremy Piven joining XYZ with Erik Zachary next week. That's it for us on XYZ with Erik Zachary. End of your Thursday as we enter into a 3-day weekend.
Let's
Very,
go.
Very, very excited.
Party.
What was that, Tamara?
I was just saying party.
Wow, nothing says party like a Tamara Dia party.
So timid. Such enthusiasm. Yeah.
Tamara, what are you going to be up to for your Thursday? Are you still marathon training? Are you still a thing?
I am, funny enough, I am going to go for an 8-mile run right after this.
I feel like you
So-
say that every time I ask. And I don't
I'm
know
in
if
the
you're
8
actually
mile-
doing it or that's just like your default answer.
Me being one of the best runners ever. Do you need any help with
here
that?
we
Can I offer some assistance?
Yeah, you can help with my speed training since you're so fast.
Yeah, that's right. I am
Hitting those 6.5-minute miles.
Dude, not miles, not plural.
Yeah.
Singular. Mile. He ran 1 mile in 6.5
mile.
minutes.
I can do it again, guys. It's,
Okay,
it's easy.
I have a question, Jordan.
Yeah.
How fast do you think you could run 2 miles?
I did 1 mile
6.5.
in 6.5.
Yeah. Did you do 2 miles in 14 minutes?
I was gonna say under 10, but yeah, 14.
Under 10?
Under 10?
That would be
That's 5
literally
minutes
faster than.
apiece.
He's just going.
New challenge, new challenge, Eric.
What?
How mad they got?
Y'all got so triggered there.
Because you're an idiot. You're an actual idiot.
That's like Olympic level.
Yeah. No, he's
Yeah.
under 14.
2 miles and under 14? Yeah, I think so, probably.
Do the challenge, do the challenge.
Yeah,
He says yes.
I don't feel like doing it, but yeah, I could probably do it.
2 miles in under 14 minutes.
Yeah,
That's-
because what?
That's tough.
6.5 twice is about 13 minutes.
Very good math, buddy.
You died almost
Yeah.
after 1 mile.
Yeah,
Do,
'cause
do we
I
need to cut to the
stopped.
clip where you're on the ground going, don't let them
stopped.
see me?
I had stopped. If I kept going, I would have been in so much
full of
pain.
it.
Slow down. You would have slowed down.
All right.
No way.
We'll see if we can make this a challenge. That's it for us today. We'll see you on your Friday. Bye.